Hey, good morning. It's Edna Keep Here Live with Free Coaching Friday. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the automated Amazon business. I learned about just a few, maybe even 2 weeks ago. I think it's a great opportunity for people to look at, but I'm getting some feedback from a few people, and like, how do you know it's legit? How long have you known these people? What if I take a chance and I don't, and it doesn't work? And my main response is, what if you take a chance and it does work? And with that said, I got an email this morning that I want to share with you guys, because I think it just puts our mind in a different space of the way that we need to think when we get new opportunities coming our way. Because I've taken lots of opportunities over the years. They've not all worked, but I tell you, I'm in the top 5% of the world when it comes to wealth. And even though, we go through our challenges cash flow wise and stuff like that too, I still believe I live in an abundant world. I definitely have an abundant life. I absolutely love my life. And I want that for all of you too. And it starts by having an open mind. So when I read this with this email, I just had to share it with you. So listen to this. Expanding your mind in a new way. Expanding your mind in a new way requires having a mind that's open to everything and attached to nothing. This sounds easy until you think about how much conditioning has taken place in your life and how many of your current thoughts were influenced by geography, the religious beliefs of your family, the color of your skin, the shape of your eyes, the political orientation of your parents, your size, your gender, the schools that were selected for you, and the vocation of your parents, to list only some possibilities. You showed up here as a tiny infant, capable of an infinite number of possibilities. Many of your choices remain unexplored because of a well-intentioned conditioning program designed to make you fit the culture of your caretakers. You probably had next to no opportunity to disagree with the cultural and social programming that you received throughout your years. There may have been some adults who encouraged you to have an open mind, but if you're honest with yourself, you know that your philosophy of life, your religious beliefs, your manner of dress, and your language are a function of what your tribe determined what was right for you. If you made any fuss about going against this preordained conditioning, you probably heard even stronger voices insisting that you get back in line and do the things that you've always done. Fitting in superseded having a mind that was open to new ideas. This just resonates with me, people. Like this was our conditioning as we came up through the world. If you were born, say to a white Caucasian family in Regina, Saskatchewan, but you were adopted to a Chinese family, you would speak Chinese, you would read Chinese, you would understand Chinese, you'd probably eat what they eat. Like, that is just our conditioning. We have to remember that. What we believe is not always real. It's our conditioning. It's why we have these limiting beliefs that we have. So I urge you to open your mind to all possibilities, to resist any efforts to be pigeonholed, and to refuse to allow pessimism into your consciousness. Having a mind that's open to everything and attached to nothing seems to me to be one of the most basic principles that you can adopt to contribute to individual and world peace. Resist being a pessimist. I say all the time, I'm an optimist. I'm not always right, and people will disagree with me, but I'm happier than most people out there, and that's a big thing. Just being optimistic makes you more happy. Resist with all your might, because you hardly know anything at all in comparison to what there is to know. Can you imagine what a pessimist who lived only 200 years ago would think about the world we live in, with the airplanes, electricity, automobiles, televisions, iPods, our cell phones, for gosh sakes, like they're amazing little computers in our hands. And how many times have you heard an adult, or maybe even said it yourself, oh gosh, things are so much worse. I feel so sorry for our kids having to raise their kids in this world. Oh my gosh, where does that come from? We've got the best world ever right now. We have our challenges, but gosh, we're not being eaten by bears and monsters and freezing to death because we don't have any heat, or most of us aren't. So all of this is because of that spark of open-mindedness that allowed progress, growth, and creativity to flourish. An open mind allows you to explore, create, and grow. A closed mind seals off any such creative explanation. Remember that progress would be impossible if we always did things the way we always have. The ability to participate in miracles, true miracles in your life, happens when you open your mind to your limitless possibilities. Refuse to allow yourself to have low expectations about what you're capable of creating. As Michelangelo suggested, the great danger is not that your hopes are too high and you fail to reach them. It's that they're too low and then you do reach them. Have within you an imaginary candle flame that burns brightly regardless of what goes before you. Let this inner flame represent for you the idea that you're capable of manifesting miracles in this life. In every single case of a person experiencing a spontaneous healing or overcoming something that was considered to be impossible, the individual went through a complete reversal of personality. They actually rewrote their own agreement with reality. In every single case of a person understand that what you think about expands. If your thoughts are filled with doubt and you have a closed mind, you will, out of necessity, act upon those closed-minded doubts. And you'll see evidence of your thinking virtually everywhere you are. On the other hand, should you decide, and make no mistake about this, it is a choice, to have a mind that's open to everything, then you'll act upon that inner energy and you'll be the creator as well as the recipient of miracles wherever you are. Expanding your mind in a new way means being open to everything. Everything means just what it says. No exceptions. When someone suggests something to you that conflicts with your conditioning or current beliefs, rather than responding with, "That's ridiculous, we all know that's impossible," say, "I've never considered that before. I'll think about it." And then actually think about it. Open yourself up to the spiritual ideas of others and listen with an open mind to crazy schemes and ideas that seem at first to be outrageous. If someone suggests that crystals can cure hemorrhoids, that natural herbs can lower cholesterol, that people will eventually be able to breathe underwater, or that levitation is possible, listen and be curious. Let go of your attachments to what you've been trained to believe, because we've all been trained to believe. That's our paradigm. Open your mind to all possibilities, because whether you believe something is possible or impossible, either way you'll end up being right. How can that be true? Your agreement with reality and all that's possible determines what you'll become. If you're convinced that you can't become wealthy, famous, artistic, a professional athlete, a great singer, or whatever, you'll act upon that inner conviction that prevents you from manifesting what you'd really like. All that you'll get from your effort is being right. When you need to be right, you're attached to your conditioned reflex of the way things are and always have been, and you assume they always will be. In addition to having a mind that's open to everything, you also need a mind that's attached to nothing. Your attachments are the source of all your problems. The need to be right, to possess something or someone, to win at all costs, to be viewed by others as superior, these are all attachments. The open mind resists these attachments and consequently experiences inner peace and success. To release attachments, you have to make a shift in how you view yourself. If your primary identification is with your body and your possessions, your ego is the dominant force in your life. If you can tame your ego sufficiently, you'll be guided to your inner spirit and not by outer conditions. If you're attached to being right or absolutely needing something in order to be at peace or be successful, You'll have a life of striving and yet never arriving. When you detach from the outcome, you're at peace and you'll ultimately see the fruits of your convictions. Suppose you had a choice between two magic wands. With magic wand A, you can have a physical thing you desire by simply waving it. With magical wand B, you can have a sense of peace for the rest of your life, regardless of what circumstances arise. Which would you choose? A guarantee of stuff or inner peace for the remainder of your life? If you opt for peace, then you already have magical wand B. Simply having a mind that's open to everything but attached to nothing. Let it all come and go as it will. Enjoy it all, but never make your happiness or success dependent on an attachment to anything, any place, and particularly any person. How many people in their lives go, it's my spouse's fault, it's my kid's fault. We see it in our household. The key to expand your mind in a new way is having an open mind and having a mind that's attached to nothing. When you do this, you'll find everything you've been looking for. So, like I said, that really resonated with me this morning, and it just kind of the place I am with my life. But I wanted to, point out to you guys, if you haven't read the email that I sent out to you and the interview I did with Andreas about this automated Amazon business, look at it. You've got the potential to make $14,000 a month in 18 months. Money back guarantee. Like, how often does that happen? Money back guarantee. And there's a loan program. There's an investment, a significant investment, but there's a loan program that looks after most of it. So listen to it and then reach out and book a call with Andreas. I put his booking schedule above or in the top of the video. You'll see it. Because something like this could make all the difference in your life. It could. And if I were you and you don't have the money, I'd beg, borrow. I wouldn't steal it, but I'd beg or borrow or use my credit card or something, because opportunities don't come by like this every day. There's people jumping on this every day. I've watched Andreas since I started in this coaching program with him. And he's making 30 sales a month. 30 people a month are jumping on this. Do you want to be left behind? I know I don't. We've committed. We're going ahead. And if you're the type of person that wants to wait and see, that works too. Just know that January 1, the price goes up another $10,000 US. To me, that's why I wanted to get this message out to you guys. 10,000 is a huge increase. Again, it's still mostly financeable, but it's another $10,000 more. So if you're looking for a way to create some more passive income in your life, and I'm a big believer in looking at more than one way, because there is more than one way. It's always been our saving grace that we have more than one way to have income coming into our house. And it changes. Sometimes one source dries up and we got to move on to another source. How cool would it be if we could just have $14,000 a month coming in regardless? And then we could just do whatever we want. Can you imagine, you guys, what we could do to change the world ourselves if we had that base covered and didn't have to get up and go to work every day because we had to, but only because we wanted to? I don't know, that's the part about life that gets me really, really excited. So there's a video in your email box, and if not, reach out to me and I'll get it to you. Just go ahead and book a call with Andreas. There's today's the 20th. There's 11 days to get in on this. Don't wait. Maybe it's not right timing for you, but if I could magically make that wand happen, that would be one of the ones. So look at it, really, really think about it, because lots of times our initial reaction is, oh, that's too good to be true. How can it be possible? Well, you know what? It is possible. The guy who runs this business is out of Calgary, Alberta, been doing it for 5 years, doing really, really well. And they can't set up more than one store for themselves. So now they've brought it out to the public to help other people. And I've got a quote actually on my board that I actually love. And it says, cash flows to those who are able to solve people's pressing problems. And this is just one of those opportunities that could help a lot of people's pressing problems of having no money today. So have a look at it, share it with your friends, because even if you sign up and you do it yourself and you don't share it with anybody, and a year out you're making $14,000 a month, and you don't know how long these opportunities can last. You don't know how long these people can keep growing and growing and growing without shutting the program down because they can't handle any more people. Not saying that's going to happen, but I really don't understand everything about the business model to know. But I would get in sooner rather than later. So take a chance on yourself. Stop letting yourself talk yourself out of everything you've ever wanted in life, and just go for it. And for some of you, I won't talk to you again before Christmas. So have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And for those others of you, I'll still be around on Monday for Mindset Monday, and we'll probably talk about this a little bit more. But even if you have just an inkling that you might want to check this out, please book a call with Andreas. He's a wonderful guy. You'll like him. I know you'll like him. I liked him instantly as soon as he started talking to me. And I think the reason I ended up even on a call with him is I'm always open to that kind of stuff. Not everything. I still delete every email that comes to me on Bitcoin because it's like my brain just doesn't go there, doesn't process Bitcoin, and you could make a fortune on it, but I'm not interested in learning about Bitcoin. And what I like about this is I don't even have to learn about this. It's all done for you. If you want to learn about it and take on doing it yourself, it's your website. So once it's all up and running, you can do that too. So anyway, I've talked a long time today, more than usual. So I'll let you guys go, and have a really, really good weekend, and a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the best in 2020. Let's make 2020 our best year ever. Bye for now.